Recall from problem solving previously, we learned a formula in 2.5 for simple interest that said interest earned is the principal times the rate times the time. Therefore, interest depends on the amount invested, the rate that it's invested at, and the time of the investment or loan. When interest is compounded once a year, we can use the previous formula to find the interest earned, but not the total accumulated amount with the interest added in. This new formula we have here gives us the principal investment plus the interest earned in one calculation. So this is A, the future amount or accumulated amount, right? P, which is the principal or original amount, times 1 plus R, where R is the rate of the investment or loan, raised to the power of T, where T is the number of years. So we're going to use this formula to find interest rate R, so that's what we're going to solve for, if $1,600 is compounded annually and it grows to $1,764 in 2 years. So let's identify all the pieces here. So R is unknown, that'll stay R. 1,600 is the original investment, so that's P. It's compounded annually, which means we can use this formula. This is an annual interest compounding formula. Sometimes there's more compounding, and we'll see that later. And this is how much it grows to after 2 years. So that's actually the accumulated amount, or the future amount, and 2 years is the amount of time. So if we're going to use this formula, A equals P times 1 plus R raised to the T, let's put in all of these pieces that we know to relate the knowns to the unknowns. So 1764 is 1,600 times 1 plus, we don't know, raised to the 2 years. All right, so this is what we need to solve for, and it's stuck inside of the squaring, so I know I'm going to need a square root property, which is the inverse of squaring. So first, I need to isolate that square. I'm going to divide the 1,600 from both sides of the equal sign, so that leaves just the square on the right side, and on the left side, 1.1025. So now we can use that square root property so that on the right side we've got just 1 plus R, the radicand. On the left side, remember it's plus or minus the square root of 1.1025. And then we need to solve for R, so we have to subtract 1 from both sides. So that -1 plus or minus square root of 1.1025 equals R, the rate. So we're close. We just need to figure out what this rate is. So if I were to look at -1 minus root 1.1025, that's going to be a very negative number, isn't it? Let's see what it is. So -1 minus 1.05 is -2.05. And that's impossible because remember, R is the rate of the investment. So definitely can't be going down. Let's try the other one, the -1 plus the square root of 1.1025. And since that's -1 plus 1.05, that's going to leave us 0.05. That seems like a much more reasonable rate. So if we multiply that by 100%, that shows us that the rate is 5%. Does that sound good? It's a reasonable rate. It's pretty high for the time right now, but who knows in the future.